everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, we've got a new number one in the world, and it's neither of us. 3 wins in his last 5 outings. Scottie Scheffler holds off one. Kevin Kisner, match play specialist, I would say, to come in with 3, won by 3 holes, maybe 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to watch a lot of good golf today, man. We got a lot of golf all week. I don't know what kind of bearing that's going to have for the folks finishing up the Texas swing at the Valero this week. But I'll tell you, my Dale match play bracket, by the end of this thing, it looks a lot like my NCAA bracket, and I don't have a lot of folks standing when all is said and done.
Yeah, me either. I did have a pretty good week on fantasy and on DraftKings, though.
I had a decent one in a couple lineups. Nothing that I'm going to post or boast too much about. But let's say I made my money back. How about that? So no blood, no foul there. Man, Scottie Scheffler, talk about just throttle throughout the day today, man. Didn't I mean, what more can you say, man, than that guy easily and well-deserved to be the number one player in the world. And I'm already looking ahead to a little golf course, a little golf tournament in southern Georgia, South Georgia, Southeast Georgia. That's going to be happening in a couple weeks. Hey, give Scottie Scheffler a week off, let him kind of get rested up. And I don't know, wouldn't surprise me to see him with 4 wins in his last 6 starts and a major championship under his belt.
The guy's been on fire. I mean, for him to go that far, that fast with those wins, I mean, we haven't seen this in a long time, have we? No. Mm-mm.
I mean, you'd have to go back and date yourself to one Tiger Woods. I would expect. I don't know when we've seen somebody on this hot of a streak, this close together. And really, I don't know what in his game looks bad. I didn't see anything.
No, nothing looks bad. I mean, you don't win that much, but I mean, so he finished runner-up here last year, right? Yeah. And he wins it this year. Okay. I think it's unbelievable what he's been doing. It's unbelievable. We just haven't seen it. I don't know what I'm kind of shocked because we knew he played well at the Ryder Cup. We knew he's going to be a good player, but player of the year, go ahead and crown him.
Well, I think easily you can crown him. If he finishes the season, I think you've got player of the year for sure. And if he keeps this up, you might have FedEx champion of the year as well. I mean, that would be a hell of a season for one Scottie Scheffler, and sure that I'm sure that he would be happy to carry around those namesakes for the PGA Tour. But yeah, it was, I don't think Kisner led today at all during the match.
No.
And when they first started, he was kind of giving it they're going to play 2 different games. They're going to play 2 different styles. I don't know that. I mean, I think where people, when one was laying up, the other was laying up. Obviously, we didn't see Kiz, own the tee box at all today. But I think that I don't know that their styles or approach of play look that different. I mean, other than, I think Kisner, instead of chasing all day, I mean, he's kind of the guy that wants to be in the lead and kind of rib you along the way. And I don't know, did 13 years difference, 25 versus 38? I mean, was that a lot of golf for somebody in their mid to late 30s, and maybe not a lot of golf for somebody that's in their mid 20s?
I didn't know Kisner was 25.
Exactly.
Because I thought Scheffler's 47.
They say the camera adds 12 years. I don't know, adds a few years on you. But
I did see a good tweet today by No Laying Up. They had one that said, Phil's fall from grace. I mean, the oldest player to ever win a major, and here we go. Scottie Scheffler is going into the Masters next week, and he's going to take it.
It's I mean, good for golf right now, though, right? I mean, and from all the kind of noise that's been happening, I think this is definitely gonna stifle the Phil's not playing the Masters for the first time in I don't 25 years, 30 years, whatever the number is. I think the storyline has quickly shifted, and winning cures all, right? So good showing there. Anybody surprise you this week? Well, I saw your bracket, so I know a lot of people surprised you this week. Who surprised you most this week? So let's table Scheffler, because I mean, it might be a stretch to say he was a surprise, but anybody else in the bracket that surprised you?
So can we go a pairing here? From a fall from grace perspective, you got Phil Mickelson, right? And what just happened to him, and then you got his compadre, tag team artist, Jon Rahm. That is surprising as well, because I put those two together in terms of a fall from grace, and that Rahm, Mr. number one in the world, and he ain't got it right now, man. I mean, he's going to win the Masters in 2 weeks. I just said that, but he ain't got it right now. What do you think about that?
Not if Scottie Scheffler has anything to say about it. I think it is. I think it's getting to him a little bit. I mean, he kind of played pretty hot this week, and I'm not talking about a hot streak. I'm talking about temperament wise. You could definitely tell that he was. There was a lot of aggravation going on in his swing and composure in the golf course, and he does not have it. And I think that, again, how do you fix it? Well, you play better golf, and with, the talent and kind of the anointment, if you will, that was given to one Jon Rahm, right? I mean, I think it all kind of started at Memorial last year when he had to withdraw from due to COVID. And, I think, he had a commanding lead, right, in the day that he played there. I think it was a day. I don't think he played on Friday. I think he had to withdraw on Thursday night. I could be wrong on that one. Nevertheless, I think that's when things kind of started. And I think you mentioned it in a show a couple of weeks ago. Is Jon Rahm Rory 2.0?
Yeah, it's the kid, man. That's not going to do well for my one and done this week, but it's the kid. It's those late nights. He's got to rent a second house. Is what he's got to do. He's got to do the Roger Federer whenever he goes to play these events. He's got to rent a second house so he gets all the sleep he needs right over there. Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah. So I was a little surprised in that. I don't know why. I guess I probably shouldn't have been. I mean, it's not a characteristic we haven't seen from Rahm before. But yeah, I think that he definitely doesn't have it there. I think as we start to get into these kind of into the meat of the golf season, right? I mean, major season is here. We're 2 weeks away, and it damn sure ain't getting any easier for these guys. And the folks like Scheffler, Corey Connors, who look good. DJ actually put on quite today. He didn't put on the show that he has. That we know DJ can, but we were both talking a few weeks ago about, well, I don't know if I want to play DJ or not. We don't know what we're going to get out of him. Haven't seen enough of him, and looks like he's firing on all cylinders again, man. So I'd say he's in contention for top 10 at Augusta, place that he's won, plays the course well. So nothing looked short-sighted in his game per se. And I'm just trying to think of anybody else.
Bland. I mean, Bland, like, he shocked everybody, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He was a big shocker. Sergio's glasses. They're gonna start calling him ZZ for those cheap sunglasses.
Exactly.
Just trying to anybody. So I do think a lot of the Kisner kind of. The side effect of Kisner and the matches that he had, being down from Adam Scott, making a comeback, for that victory. I just think it was a load, right, for him to have to carry and then to come, being matched up against Scheffler. I think he still had a $1.6 million payday, so nothing to laugh about.
So, the other one that we thought was kind of a shoe-in was the bracket with Schauffele, and he got beat by Kanaya, and it's like, where the hell did that come from? I mean, good God, right? I mean, that was a gimme bracket there. Gosh,
I thought it was. Yeah, that one. I thought the Noren play was a solid play.
Yeah,
it was your one and done this week.
Yep.
But yeah, couple of those folks not making it any deeper than they did. Kind of threw me for a loop there. Misgauged that one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Do
you really think that JT was going to get beat by Kisner? You know, I mean, Kisner's he's a hell of a match play guy, but JT's been on fire, man.
He's been playing great, man. Yeah, I didn't have it marked that way. I didn't have Kisner going to the championship match. I mean, again, not taking anything away from him. It's just more the talent that was out there, and was he going to be able to keep up? Obviously, he answered that question, and yes, I will be able to keep up.
I mean, if you look at the tournament itself, I don't think anybody can possibly say that we didn't get a chance to see the two best match players out there this week. I mean, or not the best two, but the best several, right? So DJ was, 5 for 5 at the Ryder Cup. Kisner's been historically been awesome here. Look at what Scheffler did, beating Rahm wasn't he beat Rahm the last day of the Ryder Cup and everything? I mean, these guys are a hell of match play guys, man. And there definitely is a difference between what they can do and what other people can do from this format.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like to go back to Valero next week, back to stroke play. I'm kind of like, all right. I mean, it's still golf. It's going to be good golf, but I mean, just that whole level of, like that whole counts, right? Where yes, they count from a stroke play perspective as well, but there's a lot there's a different style of play that's happening when that you might be eliminated and you're not going to be able to make some things happen. So I kind of like that. Go for it mentality of, here's what we do. I mean, the chip ins that were happening to, when, Scheffler, they were blaming it on the boat that was moving around over there, whatever and he hits it, it lips into the bunker and it's like, okay, looks like Kisner's got some breathing room here. What's going to happen? And then he holds it out. I think Kisner actually holed out yesterday on that same kind of from that same bunker or same hole, very similar shot. So, just goes to show how good these guys really are. And it could be the difference in one stroke and how they're approaching it. So Bryson, from what we thought we might have gotten and from an injury standpoint, I mean, I don't think it was anything that looked that bad. So, I don't know that what's going to happen this week. Obviously he needs to get some reps in, but yeah, I mean, it didn't look anything. I mean, the first match they played didn't look good. Neither guy looked very good, but yeah, it's Bryson. So
what did you think about like the playoff for third place? I mean, do they need to play like a full 18 holes for third place? It's kind of a lot, right?
Yeah.
Just let the other guys go at it. Maybe do I don't know, do like 9 or something like that, right?
What did they play in Vegas? Like an 11 hole, 12 hole or something? Yeah. I could cook up something and let's go. Or, I mean, I'm sure there are other ways you could do it, right? You could probably keep your, if you did like whole points for the event, you could probably seed it that way and, you could do something else. But again, you got people that are showing up. You don't want to turn it into a Ryder Cup format because I mean, today, you had 2 groups out there finishing up. So I'm sure it was a little bit of a pain in the ass to be able to watch those guys. I think we did see more golf holes today than we've seen in quite some time as far as the broadcast side of things. So I thought that was an added bonus, but holy shit, does that golf course look hard, man.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe DJ did have it in his mind that he wanted to play 12 holes today.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. How many how many balls do you think you'd have to take with you to actually finish around at that golf course?
Oh man, it's going to be a dozen. Yeah, a dozen for sure.
You think you could make it through 18 holes there with a dozen golf balls?
Well, if everybody else had them as well, and I could just kind of use some of theirs. It's going to be a lot worse than Old Tocoa. How about that?
Dan's going to need a bigger bag.
Yeah, I'm going to need a bigger bag. It's a fun place, though. It's a good track. Yeah, 100%. Cool event. That's a cool event. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm definitely betting Scheffler hard next year. I don't care what you say. Yeah.
I don't know how you can. I'm glad I haven't used him yet in my one and done. Like I said, I think I got him coming up pretty soon.
I think if I were you, I might be using him in a couple of weeks here. Yeah.
I think that actually could be the case. I know I bet him earlier. I got to go see what his number is because I'm sure I've got it at a higher number than what it is today. So
I did use him as my one and done. I used him early on this season when he missed a cut on me. I mean, Lord, he at Shriners. Yeah, missed a cut at Shriners. Here's my other takeaway. I am going to use him in Texas next year.
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. Yeah. I think that's a good. I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Good strategy for yourself there. Okay. So, hey, world number one, well deserved. I don't think anybody can look at it and say that it's questionable. It absolutely is not questionable. So, here's my question: how long do you think he stays there? I think he finishes the year.
He's got 3 wins, recent wins.
Do you think he finishes the year as world number one?
Yeah, I do.
I
think those 3 wins are going to last a long time on that whole algorithm or whatever they do, however they do it. He's got that for a while now. Yeah, those all came together,
Yeah, and
this wasn't a win to hang on to just get there. This is like he's Elon Musk right now.
Yeah, his trajectory definitely. What's the like a cardiogram or ecogram? When they've got you set up and you're like you're checking your heart rate. I mean, his is spiked, man. It is sky high. It's kind of like my BAC level.
That Jay Monahan, he sure knows how to write a storyline.
Oh boy, it's just replacing them one right after the other, man. It's it's the Vince McMahon, I guess. I
got your Phil Rahm kryptonite right here with Scottie Scheffler.
I'll fix it. I will fix it for sure. You
play that card, Phil, and your buddy is going down from number 1.
Okay. So the rumor mill is still percolating out there. Still percolating. It's not done yet. It's not ready to pull it off the oven, but it is definitely on a high simmer. And I guess rumor has it that Phil has been, or I'm sorry, excuse me. Let me, who knows what Phil's been doing, but Tiger.
I'll let you go.
Tiger has been out. He's been out walking the golf course. His caddy is on property. I think they're at Medalist, and they've been walking. I think they're playing, and Tiger is still listed as. I think that here's the catch, though. I think he's listed as an eligible player at the Masters. He's not listed as an entry for the Masters. He's listed as an eligible player. So, which just means he hasn't removed himself from the tournament. Rightfully so. I don't know why you would. I think it kills a hell of a story. I think there's still when are people going to stop writing about Tiger and talking about Tiger? Probably never. So I think it's a good thing that they've made this decision. And I'm sure, nothing short of a PR war machine that is in Tiger Woods' camp. So I'm sure this is well thought out, well construed, and I mean, it's. I think it's a positive. Good. I think it's good buzz, man. Good buzz for the PGA Tour.
Okay, I think so too. So I got a question for you. You made me think of something. I've been thinking about this a lot over the last week. So, does Tiger do any commercials anymore? No, not right. Yeah.
The last commercial that I can remember really seeing him on was for the Bridgestone golf ball. So when he made the move from Titleist to Bridgestone, and I think it was he and maybe it was Rory that was on there too. Anyway, but yeah, the last memorable commercial, and that could have been last year. Maybe it was 2020, but yeah, definitely last season that I saw Tiger on a memorable commercial.
Okay. And he doesn't do much on social media. You know where this is going. Okay. Tiger Woods didn't hit a golf ball last year, and he won the PIP. And Phil Mickelson came in number 2. What if Phil doesn't hit a golf ball in 2022? Does he make the top 10 of PIP?
I think if they keep that, is he going to be eligible? Because we still don't. I mean, we haven't seen Phil. I think it's been 3 weeks, maybe a month since we've actually heard anything from Phil. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to go through my my bourbon clouded memory here, but I don't think we've seen anything since his effort at an apology, which I think everybody agrees that was kind of a backhanded apology. It was, maybe a lackluster effort. So I think the buzz is still happening. I think Norman is doing enough. Greg Norman is still doing enough to kind of keep that fueled. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. We're not going to see Phil on any commercials. I can tell you that.
I know, but that's my point though. Tiger wasn't on any commercials last year either. What if Phil plays the Saudi Leap this entire year? Doesn't tee it up once on the PGA Tour? Is he in the top 10 on the field? If he's a card-carrying, unsuspended PGA Tour player that's eligible.
Well, I don't think that those two ingredients, I don't think go together. I think if in the way that you just framed it up, mm-hmm. in the sense if he plays in the Live League, yep. and also he is an eligible card-carrying PGA Tour member, I don't think those two, that's oil and vinegar right there.
Oh, okay. Okay. You think if he plays that, they're going to kick him out? Okay. All
done.
Right.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally done. I think they're just, and I'm not saying that that's the right thing. I'm not saying that that's a direction that I hope they go. I'm just saying that I think they're going to have to take a stance, they being the PGA Tour. And I think that with everything that's happened and the way it's, and we haven't even read the book yet. And the rumor is that is what has been exposed thus far is soft compared to everything else that I was listening to. The dude's name always escapes me, but the guy that did the interview and wrote the book, Shepnick. Yeah. So I was listening to him on the Fire Pit Collective with Matt Janella, and and he was pretty he was very direct in his conversations with Phil. Now, he didn't talk about what his conversation was, but he was very direct in the atmosphere and how those conversations occurred. And it was it was nothing short of my interpretation. Camp Phil was not very happy in what Shepnick released.
Right.
And, I think that kind of gives Phil, he also made some very, he gave his personal opinion of Phil, and I shouldn't say personal. He gave his opinion on Phil as a professional golfer. And it ain't a very good one. He does not, and it's, we've talked about it a little bit, right? I think, the everyday common man looks at Phil, and it's like, oh, no, Phil is like your average guy. And it's like, yeah, no, that dude's an elitist, and, maybe almost, narcissistic in the sense. I'm doing a lot of paraphrasing here, but almost to the a narcissistic level in where he's at. But he puts himself out there. He's kind of doing, the thing that was happening with Bryson, the thing that was happening with Brooks. He's kind of doing it all to himself. And it's like this is not a political show by any means. However, I'm gonna go here just as maybe just give an example. It'll probably be a shitty one, but it's like Trump, right? Yeah. And it's like some of the shit that Trump would say. It was kind of like, okay, I don't know why you would say that, even though the end result that you're trying to accomplish might be, not saying yes or no for me, but it might be a good result. And it's almost like, it's like the CEO making cheesy jokes and laughing at himself, and then looking around the room going like, well, why is nobody laughing with me?
Yep.
And I really think that's the island that Phil is kind of isolated to in his own mind, that kind of doesn't allow him to really associate and tie back into like what we would label like the average or the regular guy. It's like he definitely is not that.
Okay, I think we both agree he's not going to be in the top 10 for PIP this year. No way. I don't see any way that that's possible, and I don't think it's because
Well, I don't know what the fan thinks. I mean, I'm not, as a fan, I ain't mad at Phil. I mean, no. it's his business. It's his, it's his ink. It's his image. Do whatever you want to do. It has no bearing on me, and it's providing some entertainment. I don't know if it's like I don't want to see a bunch of it, but for what it is and what it was worth. I mean, I'm not dying to tune into the Saudi League tournament if Phil shows up. Right. I don't think there's going to be a lack of fans at Augusta National when Phil doesn't make it. I think it's going to have little to no impact from a viewership, from a fan, from a golf fan base perspective. I think it's little to no result and I don't think it's going to help the Live Tour out that much either. So I think all in all, I think really all he did was I think the person that winds up getting hurt the most out of this, I think it's Phil's brand. I don't think it's Phil's pocketbook. I don't think it's Phil's. If you really wanted to talk about Phil's reputation, I don't think that the players are all pissed off and it's like, he's killed himself from being able to play money games at the slaughterhouse whenever he wants to show up down there. I don't think that's going to change.
All right. So let's play a little fun game here. Number one in the world is newly crowned Scottie Scheffler. Given the fallout from Phil, you don't have to pick one of these companies. You can pick any company you want. Put your marketing hat on. What company do you think he signs with in terms of just anything? Like could be, a drink or whatever. What do you think? Who do you think is coming after Scottie Scheffler? You're going to see like on the bag or something like
that. Well, so his title label, I guess, is Nike. Yeah. And just like with Koepka and, all these Cameron Champ, and you can start going through the list of, I don't know if they're in the same category. They are professional tour players, but they're not going to be wearing logos on their gear. Right. Sure. I mean, that just, it's you get Nike, but to your point, what do we put on the bag? When do we start seeing him in commercials? When do we start seeing that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question. I don't know really what's out there. I mean, he was using a NetJets towel, so that, and I don't know if that's his personally or if that's a PGA Tour thing, right? That they kind of get him into from like a co-op position. I mean, how does anybody replace Nike? Do you think
I'm not
Nike,
saying I'm not saying replace Nike. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I mean, so like, for instance, like take Bubba Watson, and who was a huge Oakley guy for forever, right? And now all of a sudden he's with Travis Mathis. What I don't foresee happening is Nike allowing, when I say allow, it'll be because of the compensation that's tied to the contract. I don't see Nike being in a position to allow someone else to come along and take Scottie Scheffler away from them, right? And where he's sitting today. So does it become a work day? Maybe. Does it become I didn't notice any Stitch head covers on there. JT's carrying them around. So, does it become a Stitch play? I don't know to what level and how big it's going to be. And, outside of Workday, who else did Bubba lose? I'm sorry. Who else did Phil lose?
It could be Verizon, like a Verizon or something.
Yeah. I mean, I could see.
Spieth's got AT&T. Verizon doesn't really do anything on the tour, though, right? I mean, AT&T has a tournament on the tour and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just, I don't know. I was just thinking out loud, like, I could see somebody coming after him. I don't know who it's going to be. Could it be a bourbon company, just like what JT's got one, Cokerat's got one, Max Homa just did one.
one.
Could be one like that. I don't know. It could be a car company, maybe like Ford or something.
Carvana.
Ford for like the EV trucks or something like that, maybe in Texas.
Yeah. So if that happens, I think you're going to see it go more the way of like the Rivian, like the electric trucks that are, that's kind of making a debut. Tesla, or again the Carvana, like the car purchasing platform, right? The digital auto trader. I could see it going down those lines. I think Verizon, they're going to have some challenges with
AT&T.
With co-branding. I'd say that's AT&T's got that one wrapped
up. What if Farmers drop Rickie for Scottie?
I haven't seen any Farmers commercials lately.
Definitely farming out there in Texas. There you go. Cattle farmer.
Easily could happen.
I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two because I'm 55 years old. My name's Scottie Scheffler.
I've been on tour for years that you had no idea about. It's I don't know. Interesting perspective, but I don't know. I don't know who's up and who's out. Well, so I don't know. Tell me what brand of clubs does Scheffler play?
I think he just signed. Did he just signed like a couple weeks ago? I'm not sure if we covered on the show or not. Let me look this up. I think it was Titleist.
I think he's a Titleist guy. But I mean, you had a lot of people making the shift, right? I mean, who Brooksy just went to Srixon. Rahm made his Callaway move and set the world on fire, and then all of a sudden, not so much. Tiger, kind of after the Nike equipment thing went flopped. He's a TaylorMade guy now, so
he's a TaylorMade guy. He signed, I guess it was in March. He signed with TaylorMade. Yeah,
it was. I did because I did see they were. I saw the Stealth. I don't know if it was a 3 metal or the driver that he was using, but he was definitely using Stealth equipment. So the newly released Stealth brand.
But he just signed with them. To my point, like I mean, he's got so many possibilities. Look at what Morikawa has done in the last couple of years. I mean, same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I definitely think that Scheffler replaces Bucky as the TaylorMade brand ambassador, and he's just using the ball. I don't.
Yeah. Anybody gonna drop Matt Wolff for Scheffler?
No. It's kind of a low blow. That's kind of a low blow, but I mean, I don't. Yeah, I could. That's another
money
one
talks, man. Money talks.
Winning cures all. Winning
cures all. Yeah, when you're number one in the world, they're gonna come after you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So.
I don't know. On that note, might as well
maybe
have a refill.
Maybe Red Bull.
Is Red Bull even a thing?
It is in racing.
Yeah. I guess they could have used some today in this or this week in this marathon of a match play event, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, before we finish up the Texas swing, what else is going on in the wild world of golf? Copyright infringement, I'm sure we're definitely getting a call from
the wild world of golf. Yeah. Now I haven't seen anything else this week, headline wise. I mean, I think the big thing is Tiger going to play? Phil's not playing. Scheffler's just on fire. Nothing else I can think of to cover. Did they finish up in Puerto Rico yet? We're taping this on Sunday, so let's see.
They did finish. Damon did not win. I can tell you that. If I were taking notes, I would have. I was too wrapped up in that match play. I couldn't.
Ramey won. Chad Ramey.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Yep. Congrats to him. Yeah.
He's still got. We got to make it down there for that event one year.
You do, for sure.
Okay. Are we ready to jump over to another city?
Oh yeah. Not leaving Texas.
We are not, but we are wrapping up the Texas swing at the 2022 Valero Texas Open. Dan, you may know it as the Charlie Hoffman Open, but in fact, it is not. It is still the Valero Texas Open. So we're going to San Antonio. This is a Greg Norman design with assistance from Sergio Garcia. Opened in 2010, and I guess this was in conjunction with Pete Dye as well, is what I've been reading about. I don't know. I should have sent PB a message and asked him if that was the case or not. But nevertheless, heading over to a bit of a longer golf course this week, a par 72, 7,500 yards. It is Bermuda grass. It's going to be the same Bermuda overseed that we've seen for the past several weeks, and so a bit of a longer course. I think all the par fours, all four par fives are going to play at almost 600 yards. I think most of the par fives are 3-shot holes. However, just given the length of the course, it's it could favor some of the longer hitters. But I think this week it's going to be a ball strikers festival. And it's the wind could come into play. We definitely saw it at the Dell match play. We could wind up in the same kind of scenario here from depending on how windy it gets. That's going to steer people from one direction or the other. Last year's winner 2021 was Jordan Spieth. This was canceled in 2020. And previous winners, Corey Connors, Andrew Landry, Kevin Chappell, Charlie Hoffman. I think Zach Johnson's won this tournament twice. I don't think it was at this golf course, but so, I would say from, who's won this in the past and, who kind of sticks out. Here's the other thing too, you got to think about, right? Is so some of the people opted not to play in the Dell match play this week. Some people are taking some time off, getting ready for Augusta. Some people played last week. They're not going to be playing this week at Valero. Some people, they're getting another round in before they make their way to the Masters. So again, in one Jordan Spieth, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. From a few people that are listed we are recording this. Somebody's heading to Puerto Rico for some rum adventures this week, so we won't have time to record the show this week. But just in taking a look at the field, I guess, unless do you want to talk anything about any previous winners or anything else about the course, Dan?
No, I think you covered most of it, man. It's gonna be a fun one. Yeah. So.
I totally agree. Let's jump over to our friends at fantasynational.com and take a look at the Valero field. I'm going to look at the past 24 rounds. And again, we do not have any pricing released. This is coming out on Sunday night. So we're going to have to take a stab at some of the folks that are playing and kind of where we think they're going to wind up at. But some of the notables, Rory's going to make an appearance. Hideki's making an appearance. Bryson DeChambeau is making an appearance. I believe Corey Connors is listed as playing. He is listed as playing, yes, but I would be surprised if Connors actually shows up after this marathon that he just went through and defeating DJ at the Dell match play. Some of the other folks that are notables here, Abe Answer is going to be making an appearance. I'm just kind of sorting around by who do you think let's start here. Who do you think is going to be the elite priced range? And we'll kind of have to pair these up. We may miss a few people, but I got some names written down, so I think we'll be able to back into them. But
okay, let's guess the lines. Let's guess the lines. Yeah. All right. Top
so
dog, I think, goes to Rory at 11,300. I think.
I think I like that. I think Hideki probably sits right below him.
Yep, at maybe like 10-4, 10-5, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Then I think it goes Bryson.
Yeah.
At like 10-4 as well. And
agreed.
then I think it goes Keegan, maybe.
I think we'll see Keegan in the 9,000.
Yeah, I don't think it goes him, but I think we only have 3 or 4 in the elite. I think we only have 3 or 4 in the elite.
I think you might see Answer go into maybe. If not, I think Answer will be in the high 9. So,
okay, yeah, maybe Corey Connors.
That's if he shows up, man. I could see him withdrawing from this thing. I absolutely could see him pulling out. Just from everything that happened last. I mean, you got to think, right? I mean, Bryson, he didn't play the full show, so he's good to go there. Answer didn't play the full show, good to go there. Who else? Vegas just played in Corrales, but so I think we're fine. I didn't see Henley listed here. So
you think Answer's the 4th if there's 4 elites?
If not, I think Answer's going to. I think he'll cap out the. He'll cap out or he'll start the $9,000 range. I think that's the way
give me 5 guys you think are in the $9,000 range.
So I think Keegan Bradley.
Mm-hmm. Jason Day.
Gary Woodland.
You think Jason Day?
Maybe. Yeah, I could see Day making it. I'm just scanning through the thing. I could see Day making it into the $9,000.
Oh shoot! Who did you say? Wait a minute. No, hold on. Spieth's going to be in $10,000 range too, right?
Oh, Spieth. Yep. Sorry, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, we missed Spieth. So yeah, Spieth will be in the $10,000 range too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll bump Answer to the top of $9,000 range. I think there's only probably going to be 4 in the $10,000 range and above.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through some of these. So if that's the $10,000 range, so in some images of Spieth, he's working on something. And
Yep.
I mean, as far as his swing goes, and I think it's a tempo thing that he's working on. And me personally, looks a little unsure of what he's doing and where he's at. So I think Spieth is a fade for me this week to repeat. However, don't forget, just a few weeks ago, Sam Burns did defend his title at the Valspar. So, who's to say it couldn't be done? Sam Burns defends. Scottie Scheffler wins 3 of 5, becomes world number 1. Jordan Spieth defends his title at the Valero Open. I mean, the storyline just could keep getting better and better. I'm going to go for, I don't think that that's the case. And the reason I say that is because I think that Spieth is still going to be working on stuff at the Valero. And I think his main goal is I want to play well at Augusta. I don't give a shit what I do at the Valero other than get my game where I need it to be to show up at Augusta the following week. So, I'm not leaning on Jordan Spieth to anchor my team in any fashion. However, who I am leaning on is, I think, I mean, I could easily see Rory McIlroy winning this thing.
Mm-hmm. I could too.
I mean, this is, I mean, he's played well here before. If I can find him, I'll tell you just how well he's played.
He's model ranked first in Fantasy National, right?
Yeah, he's ranked first in the model. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at this thing and I'm going, this just to me kind of has Rory written all over it. And I could see him winning this thing and top 20 at Augusta. Let's see. So Rory played this event in 2013 and he finished second, gained 14 and a half strokes on the field. So hadn't played it in a long time. But last 24 rounds, he's gaining strokes off the tee. He's gaining strokes putting. Last 20 rounds, he's gaining a stroke and a half in approach. I could totally see this being a Rory show. Absolutely. Spieth, again, I think that's probably not a direction that I want to go in this event. So, and I don't know that I'm thinking the same thing for Hideki. I think Hideki is going to be in the same mindset of, hey, let me just get things kind of turned around. Let me get my game tuned up. I think they're going to want to make it to the weekend, or he's going to want to make it to the weekend, but I think it's not going to be about winning this event and trying to win back-to-back. I think it's going to be, working on things to get the game where it needs to be for Augusta.
And he had a WD at the Players, right? So we don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah,
back injury.
Did. Yeah. So, which is another guy that's a little bit concerning who ranks out number 3 in the model that you're looking at. And I'm expecting Luke List to probably be in the mid to high 8s ish. Could be in the 9s. I don't know. We'll kind of stop. We should not speculate on that because we have no idea, but that's where I would expect him to be. But you've got a WD at the Players. You've got 2 missed cuts, T53 at Phoenix, and then you got to win. So, I mean, obviously he's losing strokes putting, no secret there. But he's played pretty good at this. Before I say that, Let me make sure I'm looking at the right guy. So he's T17, Luke List, T17 and 21, missed his previous 3 cuts, and then a T29. So, yeah, I guess I wouldn't say he's played all that well here, other than last year.
You know who I really like? I like Chris Kirk here. Model ranked 4th, 32% projected ownership. That's very high. Last 24 rounds, 11th off the tee, 22nd on the approach, 14th on around the green, 33rd putting. Missed the cut to players. Nothing concerning there, considering what was going on with the weather, right? But 5th at the players, 7th at the Honda, 14th at Phoenix. And I like him. I think I'm leaning towards him for maybe a one and done this week.
So the odd year out was 20 when we didn't have they canceled this tournament, but 21 he was 6th, 19 missed cut, 18 8th, 17 missed cut, 16 13. So if history repeats itself, the trend continues, right? It says he's going to miss the cut. But I'm with you. I like Chris Kirk. I think he's going to be another one of those kind of mid-tier guys that's probably going to be a good play. I actually like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th ranked guys to probably start a lineup. A lot of other people do too, as you can see by the percent own. But yeah, I think Keegan Bradley's another one that's going to be a play here. I think that's I think this is the course sets up well for Keegan, and I think that Keegan is definitely, he's got some win equity here, and just from his history at the Valero. We'll get to some contrarian plays in just a second. So 23rd and 21, 45th, he missed a cut, 37th and 9th. So, 4 out of 5 cuts. His highest ranking, which was or highest place, was back it's 2011 in 9th, but 23rd last year. So, I do like some Keegan here for sure.
So, what are your thoughts on Hadwin going into this week? He's been playing great. T9 at Valspar, T7 at Valspar, T9 at Players, missed the cut at the Genesis, T26 at Phoenix, T16 at Pebble. I mean, this guy's playing good golf, 9th in approach in the last 24 rounds, 22nd around the green, 26th in putting, 61st off the tee. Is that going to be a problem here?
I mean, it obviously could be. I mean, off the tees is his weakest strokes gain category. However, approach is his highest strokes gain category. So, he's obviously recovering, but 23rd here last year, 72nd in 2017. No, I actually like him here. I mean, I think it's, when he's not played well here, it's been around so it's feast or famine for him, right? He's either lost around the green or he's gained around the green. And, that's kind of carried his numbers for him. So I think Hadwin is probably a play for me this week for sure.
Me too. Well, who's your fade around here?
I think he's going to be kind of a not lower, but I think he's going to be a mid-tier guy, maybe in the 8,000s. So I think that's another play.
I do too. So who are you going to fade in the $9,000 range? Who do you think's in the $9,000 range you're going to probably fade?
Russell Knox, maybe.
Okay.
Is maybe a $9,000 guy. Again, I think Bryson's going to be 10,000, so that's probably Mito. Can Mito make the $9,000 range in what we've seen out of him?
I don't know. Probably high eights.
Gary, not a fade for me, but Gary Woodland, I think is going to be. I think is a good play here, and I think he'll be in the $9,000 range just based on what we've seen out of Gary Woodland. Let's take a look at Gary's. Let's look at his course history here. I think it's pretty good. I know recent form. So 21st at Valspar, he did miss the cut at the Players. I'm not giving that any merit, really. 5th, a pair of 5ths at the API and the Honda. Let's see what Gary's history looks like here. So 6th last year, 26th, and a 75th. So and I'm not really, I think Gary's probably a good play, and he may be my one and done this week. I don't know where else I'm going to use him at.
Yeah.
So Jonathan Vegas is another guy that I want to play here. I think he had a pretty good finish at Corrales. I don't know if that's measurable or not. I guess it is. I mean, if the wind gets up and that it's one of those scenarios, then yes. Luke Donald, he's another guy he's had a lot of success here. Luke Donald was T16 at the Valspar, missed 3 cuts. And he's ranked number 1 in approach. So I don't know if you want to put any merit in that. I mean, Luke Donald could be even with course history, I see him probably being lower priced. I mean, it could be a $6,000 range guy that just from, the 3 cuts that we've seen, they're good showing at the Valspar, does like this course. So that could be a lean for me. I mean, and I guess it depends on how you're going to set it up, right? If it's you're going to go elite players and then kind of drop to the bottom, or you're going to try and go middle of the pack. And I think there's a lot of value that's going to be in kind of that $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 range. So,
Yep. It's tough. The question I asked you about the $9,000 range, it's tough. A lot of times we do it, the ones we fade in the $9,000 range. We didn't expect them to be there anyway, right? I think so. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough about seeing pricing. Yeah.
Let's look at Don. Hey, scrap anything I said about Luke Donald.
Okay.
He's definitely a fade for me. Okay. Definitely a fade. He's missed his last 4 cuts here. So
got him as my one.
Sorry, missed his last 3 cuts.
Got him as my one and done.
Exactly. I think Scott Stallings, maybe. We've saw some things out of Stallings over his past couple of tournaments. Mm-hmm. Again, the Players was a little bit of a grind, but T16 at Valspar, so that's a maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He might crack the $7,000 range. Just looking at who else kind of sticks out. Woodland, Keegan, Streelman is. I think Streelman's a possible play here. Siwoo, I think, is a play here, and Kazire is a play here. So KH Lee.
Yeah.
I think he's made every cut.
Mm-hmm.
That he's made the cut at every tournament he's entered this year. I think he's 23rd and 14 in his last 2 starts here. So that's KH Lee could be. I don't know how contrarian KH Lee is going to be. Where do you see him on there yet?
Yeah, he's up here, 39th.
What's his? So projected at 10%. Again, it's at that. I think he's going to be a lower price guy. Denny McCarthy maybe as well off the tee a little bit. That could be a bit of a challenge, but if the putter shows up and he could get things righted there. Just thinking of who else is on here that kind of looks good. So I mentioned Kazire, right? I think Kazire probably becomes a play.
Finau's a fade for me. Finau's going to be $9,000.
Finau will be in the $9,000 range, and he is also a fade for me. Kazire's ranked 9th in the model. His worst finish in his last 5 is T61 at the Genesis. But look at Kazire's. Look at that mustache he's got. That doesn't even look like him. I didn't even know he had a mustache. So Kazire finished 9th here last year, and he lost almost 3 strokes around the green, and he gained 8 strokes in approach. He's still kind of on that trajectory. Well, he's not gaining 8 strokes in approach, but he is gaining an approach, and he's not losing strokes in putting. So I think Kazire's a play for me for sure.
All right, so let's hit some of these guys right here. What do you think about Fowler this week?
So this is Fowler's last chance to make it to the Masters this year.
Yep.
I think if, want to roll it or not roll it? What's Fowler done? So T52, T42, T55 missed a pair of cuts at his tournament and the Phoenix Open, which I wouldn't expect that to be two places that he misses. Let's take a look at, I think he's got a pair of 17s here in his past couple outings at the Valero. Ranked 65th in the model. None of the numbers really look all that great other than 65th in the model. I think it's probably a pricing play for me.
Yeah. Where do you think where do you think he's going to be priced?
8,000 maybe.
7,800.
I could see him getting into the low to mid eights. I could see that. I mean,
who else I won't play him there. I won't play him.
Yeah, who else are you going to put there? But I mean, if he is in the low to mid eights, I mean, would you be happy with
17
T20 or better? I probably would be.
Yeah, I would be. I just don't know if he's going to do it, right? And I think in the $8,000 range, I don't think you're going to get Streelman. I think Streelman's probably going to be closer to 9. But if you can get Streelman, I'd rather get Streelman. I'd rather get Streelman if I could get Streelman. You know,
as would I. Yeah, I'll agree with you. So here's who I think is going to be. So I'm going to look at. Let's look at DK. I'll look at DK. You can keep your page up. That way we can see what we got. So in looking at just DK scoring in the past 24 rounds. So I'm going to hit. So I think Luke List will be he'll be sub 10. I think he'll be around $9,000. He's fifth. Who knows if he's going to be able to putt? Already talked about him. Patton Kizzire, already talked about him. He's ranked 6th in DK scoring. I think he's going to be in that Luke List area. Chris Kirk, same. He's at 7th. Here's one. Jason Day. We mentioned him a little earlier, but he'll probably.
He's where I was going next. He's right here. Yep.
Yeah. So he's ranked 9th in DraftKings points. And off the tee, he's ranked 106. So that's a little bit troublesome. So I don't know that I'm going to put a lot of, I don't know that I'm going to have a lot of J-Day out there just for that very reason, when I could probably drop down and get them for a better value. Probably not that much of a difference in scoring is maybe a Danny Lee, Bo Hostler. He had a good showing in at the Players. Again, if I'm not going to put much merit in, the folks that had a bad day, am I going to put a lot of merit on the folks that had a good day? But Sam Ryder's another guy that I might kind of lean towards a little bit. He's probably in that $7,000 range, I would expect.
Yeah. Let's see.
Taylor Hindreth, maybe. If Corey Connors shows up here, I don't know. What do we do with Corey Connors if he shows up?
Play him if you can afford him. He's going to be upper 9s, right?
Yes. I don't know. After this week, he's won the tournament, but he won it in 2019, 14th last year, 26 and 18. Yeah, you probably got to play. You got to play the guy. You got to play the guy.
Should we go over to one and dones?
Let's head to our one and dones.
Right.
And I don't know where else I'm going to play this guy. I don't think I've played him. That's the biggest reason I'm using him. I don't know where else I'm going to play him. I think he might have been a little injury prone. I'm sorry. I think he might have been dealing with an injury later last year, but he was 6th last year, 26 and a 75th. We've already talked about that. We got a pair of 5s. Earlier this month. So I got to go Gary Woodland, man. I think the course sets up well for him. I think he's got a bit of a heater going, and give me a T10 or better out of Gary Woodland at the Valero, and I'm totally fine with that. I'm even happier with a win.
That's a great pick. I mean, he's obviously got the form going in the right direction. Like it what I'm seeing when I'm watching him play, and I think he can play well here. So that's a good pick.
I am going. He's not in the Masters either. I don't think, is he?
Let's take a look at the OWGR. Let's see OWGR. He hasn't won anything, so he wouldn't be in there for winning. Well, he won the U.S. Open a couple years ago. Does that get him the exemption?
Yeah, but that was like 4 or 5 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still. Woodland. No, he's 93rd in the world. So unless that U.S. Open gets him in, I don't think he's in. Yeah. So, actually, you know what? I think we can probably do.
He won the. Sorry, it was the 2019 U.S. Open. So I think he is going to be in.
Let's see. We can check the Masters website, right?
I think he'll be in.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I click on him, I think it'll probably tell us why, right? No. Yeah.
It's got to be the U.S. Open. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. Yeah. So I am going with a guy that finished 6th tier last year, and he missed the cut the year before. T8 missed the cut. T13. So like every other year, so he's definitely going to miss the cut, which is why I'm picking him this year. But just kidding. But no, he's been playing like really good. And let me get to the other page. I got so many pages open here. We went over him earlier. It's Chris Kirk in the model ranked last 24 rounds, 4th for Fantasy National. 32% projected ownership on DraftKings. And he's off the tee last 24 rounds, 11th, 22nd on approach, 14th around the green, 33rd putting. He missed the cut to players like a lot of people did with that wind and everything. But before that, T7 at API, T5 at API, T7 at Honda, T14 at Phoenix. I mean, he's been on a roll. And we've been watching him play on the weekends, and I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pick. So let's go. So let's go to, I don't know if you want to do it. I'm going to call it a T5. You can call it a T10 or T20 or whatever you want to call it. Best bet. And I think, I don't know, maybe I want to go T10 to be safe, but I think I'm going to put, I don't know what the odds are yet, but I think I'm going to go T5 for old Bucky. I think Rickie Fowler is going to have a good tournament. And I think he's going to be playing to get himself an Augusta. Now, I don't think he's going to win, and I don't think he'll be making an appearance at Augusta, at least not on course, unless he's carrying Tiger's bag during the par 3. But I do think that he is going to make a push, and I think that this is a course where he can play and he can compete. And I think Bucky's got a good got a T5 in him here.
I like it. Is what is he, T17 or T14 last couple of years? But yeah, I like it.
17 in his past 2 outings here. Yeah.
I hope so. I hope he wins the thing. Yeah.
It'd be good to see.
Yeah. So that's
he'd be happy. Yeah. More commercials coming out if that's the case.
Ooh, I have not seen a Rickie Fowler commercial in a while. Have you?
No. I mean, the last thing that I saw was Corona for something that he wasn't even playing in.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't Rickie playing at Corrales?
I don't, is he playing this week, I guess? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's, and Corona only signed him because they probably did, what's the Q score, right? The Q score of, who's like the most genuine guy out there? Oh, that's who we need after this COVID stuff. We need him to get our Corona back on track, So, better, they would have had better luck signing Phil.
Oh,
he already had Amstel.
I heard Amstel Light's looking for somebody.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. That's a good, yeah. Good stuff. It's gonna be a fun week, and you're off, man. You're going to Puerto Rico.
I am. I'm heading to Puerto Rico, so we got several rum tastings lined up. So that should be something. It should be a fun week. Like, weather looks like it's going to be great. I may watch a little golf if it's on, but we will not be playing. We've kind of committed ourselves to cocktails and dreams, young Flanagan. Cocktails and dreams.
Nice.
So it should be a good one. I'll be sure to. I'll be dropping plenty of stuff on our socials. You can follow us at birdies_bourbon. although it'll be like birdies _ rum this week. Not really, but it's still going to be birdies and bourbon. Birdies _ bourbon. So if you want to check out what's happening on the show and on the page, plenty of fun things should be going out there. I'm sure there will be shenanigans that happen in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, we'd appreciate a like and a follow and a comment, by the way. Something positive would be, that'd be great, but hell, we don't care. Say whatever you want to. Leave a comment about what you're drinking. I mean, that'd be great. But yeah, share the show with a friend.
There you go.
What else is happening, Dan?
I'm loving this Winning Time on HBO. You it up last week, but it is perfect. Yeah, it's a good one.
I got to catch up. I didn't had a busy week this week, so I don't think I saw this week or obviously I didn't see last week, and this one isn't out yet. So I may pull them down and give them a look-see on the plane ride down. So
yeah, that'd be a good one
to the island. Yeah, but yeah, that's that one is that one's pretty good. If you're an LA Laker guy, you could just start naming people. But yeah, if you're a fan of kind of when basketball first became cool, I think that's really what they kind of did, right? I mean, this was the era of basketball actually becoming a cool sport.
Yeah. And I love John C. Reilly, and he's just done a great job with it, man. It's like cool John C. Reilly, man. You know, we ain't seen that one in a while. You know, he's been doing different kinds of roles, but this is perfect. I love this one. Yeah.
Do you think Will Ferrell's still talking to John C.?
No, I don't think so.
They've broken up, so we're not going to see like Step Brothers coming out.
Nope. And him and Adam McKay is the guy that created the series, and he's the one that did like The Big Short and all that kind of stuff. And they're not talking either. Yeah,
not talking.
Rumor mill says, right? This rumor mill says, yeah. So it's a good one.
We love a good rumor.
Love a good rumor. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. Anything else going on?
So not to be discussed yet, but we've had a lot of inquiries about our about barrel picks for the show, and the short answer is I think we've got a PGA Championship pick coming out. The Masters thing didn't happen.
Supply chain issues.
We were gonna do the Live Tour, but then the Phil thing screwed that up, and then we got all kind of sideways. So here we are. But we should have a pick out for the PGA Championship, and I don't know. There should be other picks coming out this year. We're working on some picks, and we've got new things in the works. How about that? Different. Let me see. Not new. We've got different things in the works. So, appreciate everybody that's helped and support us up until this far. And, we want to continue all the relationships that we've, that we've enjoyed to this point. And we're just looking to expand them into, some different areas where it might become a little, you might get a different experience, maybe better, maybe worse. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. I have a hunch, and Cal kind of keeps this stuff under wraps in his secret room, but I have a feeling that instead of a barrel pick, it's going to be a vodka pick this year.
We're going to release. How does anyone feel about a unflavored vodka? It's going to be clear in color. It's going to be unflavored, so it's almost going to have no taste. And you can flavor it with whatever you like. Mm-hmm. You flavor your unflavored vodka with the bourbon you like to drink the way you like to drink it. That could it could be a thing, Dan. I don't know. No, but we got a lot of cool stuff coming up for the show. We don't have a lot of changes. The Georgia Craft Brewers Festival is coming up this weekend at Atlantic Station in Atlanta. So I would definitely suggest going to check that out. You can taste from your favorite craft breweries, or you can find out what your favorite craft brewery is in Georgia. That's a good one. If you don't know who Whiskey University is, be sure to go give those guys a follow and check them out for all your whiskey educational purposes. They've got some really great shows. Some great classes that they're doing. That you complete the class, you take the test, you get a certificate, and you can kind of show off your skills and what you know in the whiskey and bourbon world. So Whiskey University, definitely doing some cool things over there. We appreciate their friendship to the show. And other than that, Dan, find us at Birdies and Bourbon, wherever you find your podcasts. Find us at Birdies_Bourbon on all your social media pages. And if you want to get some cool birdie swag, like I'm wearing right now, you'll find that on all of our social media pages. So, Dan, I'm heading off to drink some rum, buddy.
There you go, bud. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.